This is what makes men fall in love, in love with you, obsessed with you. Okay. So if you were anything like me and growing up, your mom did not teach you how to properly date, nobody taught you how to date. Nobody taught you how to act or show up. Nobody taught you what makes men attracted to you. You just went in with your big heart. You're so loving, you're so sweet. You tend to go all in. Immediately, you get big crushes, and you are just a walking open heart. That's a weird visual, but you know what I'm saying. And you tend to scare men away. You get attached, you scare them away, they ghost you, you don't know why. If that sounds like you, okay, because that was me. This video is for you so that you can understand who you need to be, what you need to do, what you need to change in order to be the type of woman that the men that you want actually will fall in love with. Now, at the end of the day, I do believe that you do not have to change the core of who you are to make somebody like you. Absolutely not. I fully believe in being your most authentic self. However, there are certain things that you may have experienced in your childhood or with your parents that have disrupted healthy attachment styles for you. And so perhaps you tend to put too much value into your significant other. And so for me, I think about it not as you changing the core of who you are. Maybe you're quirky or for me, I'm very high energy. I am eccentric. I am loud. Those are the things that I'm not going to change because that's the core of me and the core of who you are. You don't need to change that. However, I definitely put way too much worth into what my partners thought of me, if they liked me. And those are the things that we are going to tweak and change so that you can become the most attractive and magnetic partner and woman that makes men fall absolutely head over heels for you and they don't even know why. All right. So I have my notes that I've written on the side of the screen, and I wrote a lot of notes for today's video. So if my eyes are going to the side of the screen, you already know what I'm doing. So number one is do not seek their approval or validation. And a lot of times we do this subconsciously or covertly. So, for example, you may not directly ask them for their validation, but even you making little comments, and I actually have a friend that does this where she'll say, "This shirt looks good." And I can tell by the way that she's saying it. She's not asking, "Hey, do you think this shirt looks good on me? I want your approval." She's not directly saying that. But the way she says it as a question. She's not saying it as a question. She's saying it as a statement. But the undertone is a question. So she'll say, "Yeah, this shirt looks good." And she'll look at me and I'm like, "What are you asking me a question? What do you want me to say?" And I feel the pressure of her wanting my validation, even though she's not directly saying it. And so we can often seek other people's validation and approval in very subtle ways that people do pick up on energetically, even if you're not directly asking them for their validation or approval. Okay. Now, what I will say is if the man that you're on a date with or your partner, if they give you approval or validation, like let's say they like something that you're doing, or they just make a positive comment that's validating something you're doing, something or who you are, okay? I want you to be appreciative. I want you to be appreciative that they imparted those sweet and kind and thoughtful words on you, because they didn't have to do that, right? They didn't have to say those sweet words. Very kind of them. You're appreciative. But ultimately, the energy behind you saying thank you is, I appreciate those words, but I do not need to hear that to feel good about myself, because I already feel good about myself, because I already know the things and the compliments that you've given me. You don't have to say that directly. If the man compliments your outfit, said, wow, your outfit looks so good, you don't have to say, thank you. I know. I didn't need to hear that from you because I already know. You don't have to say that. You can just say, thank you. You're appreciative of their words, but the undertone is, I know. Versus somebody who is seeking their validation. When somebody gives you a compliment, I like your outfit, you may, if you are seeking their validation and you are not secure in yourself, you may say, really? Oh my gosh, like you really think it looks good? Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh my God. No, because that shows that you, number one, their words have that much of an effect on you, in that you don't already know that you look amazing. Okay. So men can feel, people, but men can feel when you need their validation and their approval. And this puts so much pressure on a man to constantly have to validate you, because they know that you don't do that for yourself. And there are going to be times, days, weeks, months where maybe he's busy, he's working, and he doesn't have the time and energy to constantly boost you up. That has to be your job. And it is so attractive when you are with a partner, when a man is with a woman who can absolutely validate herself, does not need it from him. It takes the pressure off of him, and he doesn't have to worry about you. He's like, "Oh, my woman is good. She doesn't need anyone to validate her or make her feel secure in herself. She's got it." And that is such an attractive quality that honestly very few women have yet to master, but will make men absolutely fall head over heels for you. Head over heels. Okay. Another thing that I want to share under the don't seek their approval or validation is, if you do share things with them, something that you are excited about, okay, I want you to share it and be willing to hear no support, no positive feedback from them. If you know that you are not willing to hear negative feedback, or not hearing positive feedback would upset you, then you know that you are seeking their validation. And I don't recommend sharing that. I recommend keeping it to yourself and finding that validation within. So, for example, I record a lot of dance videos on my Instagram story for fun. Like, I just dance in my kitchen to songs that I like. And I will also often send those videos. I'm currently talking to a guy, and I will often send those videos to him. Okay. And I share these things not to get his validation of, oh my God, you look amazing or you look sexy. I share them because I think that the videos are like hilarious, awesome. And I'm like, yo, more people need to see this. Like the world needs to see these dance videos. They're great because I think they're amazing. And so whether or not they respond, he responds or replies or gives me a compliment or not, I'm like, I'm good either way because I think the video is great. I'm sharing this with you as a gift. Okay. Because I think this video is a gift. I'm not sharing it with you to seek your validation. Now, if you give me a compliment, oh my God, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't need it. I know, but I do appreciate it because I know that you did not have to expend the energy to give me those compliments to say those words. But that's just an example of like, if you're going to share something with your partner, I want you to share it out of an excitement and love for what it is that you're sharing. Okay, like let's say, for example, you want to show your partner a cute outfit that you went shopping and bought. And you're so excited about this outfit and you show him hoping that he says, wow, love the outfit. Well, what if he doesn't like the outfit? Do you want him to lie to you? No, you don't. You want him to be his authentic self. And maybe he doesn't like it. You have to be so solid in yourself. You have to know that you look damn good in that outfit so that no matter what he says, it doesn't shake you. So you're like, I look hot. I look amazing. I'm so excited. I want to show my man this outfit. I think I look so good. You show him and he's like, I don't know, babe. That just not really my style. And you're like, that sucks for you because I like it. I like it. That is the energy. So if you share things with your man, be willing to either not hear positive feedback or hear negative feedback. And when you do that, when you're okay with receiving either positive or negative feedback, you know that you are so solid in your own internal validation. So before you share things, and I just say this because I just have had it's like when a girl asks, does this make me look fat? Don't ask that if you're not willing to hear, yes, it does. You know what I mean? Why would you want your partner to lie to you? So just don't share things, don't ask things if you are not truly willing to hear the answer. All right, let's see. Okay, last note that I made for this was why this works. And it is because a person who is unshakable in their confidence is the most magnetic and attractive person in the room. It doesn't even matter what you look like physically. If you have unshakable confidence, it is so attractive. Think of a person who is willing to sing, to belch out a song, and they know that they're an absolutely horrible singer. Don't you just love that person who is willing to sing out loud and just like belch out a song? Knowing that they're a terrible singer, it just signifies, and they're laughing, they're smiling, it makes them so magnetic and attractive because they're not taking themselves seriously and they just have such a level of confidence that they're willing to sing terribly out loud, which most people are terrified to do. So that's just a small example, but it signals an emotionally stable person, somebody who has unshakable confidence, somebody who does not seek external validation or approval. It signals an emotionally stable person who is not going to fly off the handle because of what you do or don't do. Basically, their emotions are not being controlled by your actions. So you don't have to walk on eggshells around that person because you're thinking, oh my God, well, if I do this, are they going to freak out? No man wants to be with a woman when they're thinking, oh my God, like if I do this, if I do that, is she going to freak out? When you are with a woman who knows how to validate herself, who is emotionally stable, it makes the man feel cool, calm, and collected and at peace with you and with the relationship, which is ultimately what he is looking for. So that is number one. And that is something that has taken me years of rewiring my self talk and basically being my own psychologist in finding all of the cracks in my mindset where I do tend to seek external validation and asking myself, how can I internally validate myself in these areas? What are the things that I want to hear from other people? And how can I give those compliments or that validation to myself and fill up my own cup so that I'm not looking for it from somebody outside of me. Okay. This is what makes men fall in love with you. Number 2 is never, ever sacrifice your own goals and desires for a man's. Never put a man's desires above your own. Never. Okay. If his desires align with your desires, that is how you know that a relationship is truly meant to be. But so often, us women are overly accommodating. We are people pleasers and we just want to make a relationship work. So, what we do is we put the man on a pedestal and we put his needs, wants, and desires above our own. Yes, every relationship does require a level of compromise, but not to the point where you lose yourself because you are the only person that you have in this lifetime. And I need you to remember that. Partners, they very well could come and go. He could die. Who knows what could happen? Okay. You have to put yourself first and foremost. Okay. If his desires are in direct contrast with your own, or they overstep your boundaries, do not resist it, argue with it, or fight it. Okay. The mindset that I want you to have is you want him to be happy and you want you to be happy. And if those two things do not meet or match or mesh, you completely understand. You completely understand that. And you wish them the absolute best in their life because you want what's best for them and you also want what's best for you. And you acknowledge that those two things may not align and that is okay. So you wish them the best while also allowing yourself to feel and acknowledge the sadness that you are inevitably going to feel when things don't work out because you wanted them to work out and they aren't and they're not. And so what often happens is that women don't want to feel that sadness. And so what they do is they try to force things to work by self-sacrificing their own goals and desires, which again, it is never going to work long term. And also the man is just not going to respect you. This is not what makes him fall in love with you and cherish you. It just shows that you're a doormat and you don't have strong boundaries and you don't respect or love yourself. And although that's nice for a lot of men because they know they can control you, it's not what truly makes them fall in love with you. So if his desires do not align with your desires, you have to be willing to be okay with that and acknowledge that, yeah, this absolutely sucks. And this is so sad because I really wanted things to work out, but I want him to be happy and I want me to be happy. And those two things are not aligning, and that's okay. It's sad, but it's okay. And I'm not going to sacrifice my own goals and desires in life just to fit this man's mold. So I just want you to have so much love and compassion for yourself while also having love and compassion for the other person, for the man. Okay. So why does this work? It's because it shows that you are not a control freak with a massive ego who thinks that everything should be your way how you like it, how you want it to be. It shows that you are secure enough to be vulnerable and feel your authentic and sad emotions, because it takes a lot of vulnerability to admit, hey, I have to let this person go, and that's sad. That actually makes me very, very sad. Right? You're secure enough to be vulnerable, feel your authentic sad emotions without feeling the need to force them to change or betray your authentic self just to fit their mold. Okay. So it shows that you are confident enough in yourself, and you let go of that anxiety of trying to control things. Okay. You're confident, you are fearless, you are calm, and you are trusting in God that what is meant for you will come to you. So even though this person was great, because your two desires don't align, you're trusting enough, you're confident enough, you're calm enough to trust that the right person will come into your life. And so this person may have had great qualities that you love, but because your desires do not completely align, that just shows that they're not 100% fully your person, and that's okay. All right. Number 3 is of how to make a man fall in love with you, or what makes a man fall in love with you, is be proud of what you see in the mirror. Okay. So, first of all, men are visual creatures. If you didn't know that, men are very visual creatures. And as somebody who never used to get ready, put on makeup, dress up, care at all about what she looked, I never cared. Okay. I never ever cared. I did not start putting effort into my physical appearance. I always cared about how I looked physique wise, fitness wise. I really like being lean. I like having abs. I like having like my muscles show. But in terms of actually looking feminine and dressing up and all the girly things, I didn't care. So I didn't start really, you know, putting effort into my physical, into my appearance, my feminine appearance, until maybe a little less than a year ago. And I can confirm that men are very visual creatures, because the response that I used to get from men compared to the response that I get from men now is night and day difference. It's actually mind blowing. I wish I had like a camera and could record the difference just so you could see, but it's mind blowing. So first you need to know that men are visual creatures, and men love 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 a confident woman. Okay. So I do want to say, because I feel like this could be misconstrued, is that you do not have to dress a specific way. You do not have to look a certain way for men to like you. I do tend to dress more revealing because I think it looks good on me. I like how it looks, but you don't have to dress provocatively, seductively. I used to think actually I had to dress very modestly for men to like me. And you have to understand that we as there every man has a different type, okay? And so you don't have to fit any mold other than the one that makes you feel good. And so for me, I dress the way I dress because it makes me feel good, not because I care or want to dress a certain way for men to like me. But okay, so you don't have to dress a specific way for men. You don't have to follow a specific style just to make a man to like get a man to like you. No. But you do want to be able to look in the mirror and know that you are proud of the time and the effort that you put into your appearance, because that time and effort, when you look in the mirror, you should feel so good about what you see in the mirror. And you should feel so beautiful when you look in that mirror. What beautiful and good is going to look like for you is going to be very unique to you. Okay. So you do not have to dress a certain way or present yourself a specific way to attract men. All you need to do is to make sure that you are proud of the effort that you put into your appearance. So when you look in the mirror, you say, I love what I see, and I'm so proud of myself for the time and effort that I've put into me. So whatever that looks like and whatever that feels like for you, that is what you want, because that is going to build your confidence and you're going to exude that confidence. And that is what's going to attract men and make men fall in love with you. And the right man's going to love the style that you love. The right man is going to love the style that you love. But you have to be confident in how you look. And if you are not putting time, effort, and energy into your appearance, and you look in the mirror and you don't like how you look and you're mean to yourself, you need to change that. So what do you think would make you feel good about yourself? And you may not know, you may have to try out different things to figure out what that looks like for you. Try out different makeup, hairstyles, ways of dressing, whatever it may be. But it has to be something that makes you feel good about yourself. Okay. So I'm going to give you a few examples that I have used in my own life. Okay. So like when I look in the mirror, I feel so good about myself because I've put in so much time, effort, and energy into my appearance. Okay. But an example of not looking a certain way for men is I love having abs. Okay. I love having abs. I love the way it looks. I work very hard to maintain a lean physique, a lean, fit, muscular physique, because that's what I like. I remember there was this one man who I just adored his personality, like great, great, great guy. I thought he was awesome. And he explicitly said he likes thick women. And I was with my friend at the time, and I could tell that he was expressing interest in her. And she was very voluptuous, she was definitely on like the thicker end. Was I gonna go and change my body to make this man like me? Absolutely not. I mean, I thought he was a great guy, but absolutely not. No, no. So that's an example of you have to do what makes you feel good. And it's going to attract the right man for you. Okay. So never change how you look because you think men are going to like that look. You do what makes you feel good. When you look in the mirror, you say, this makes me feel beautiful. Okay. A few other things I really like that made me feel good is I really like when my hair is like slicked back. I hate when my hair is down and in my face. I just don't think it complements how I look. I love when my hair is back, slicked back. I think it's just like the best look for me. And I've also had guys express that they like when my hair is down, and I'm like, I great. I like when my hair is back. You know what I mean? So that's but for me, this is something that I always do because it makes me feel good about myself. Um I think yeah, okay, I said all the rest of the notes. Okay, so that's number 3 is be proud of what you see in the mirror. Be proud of what you see in the mirror. That when you know you put time, effort, and energy into your appearance and you feel beautiful and you feel so good about what you see in the mirror, that energy, that confidence, it is going to pour out of you. And again, that confidence is what men love. But if you know that you're slacking on your physical appearance, you know you don't take care of yourself, you know that you don't like maybe you think you're overweight, but you don't eat healthy and you don't work out. Okay. Men are going to feel that energy and feel that you are not confident in who you are in your body and taking care of yourself. And that's going to repel them. So make sure that you are actually putting in the effort and the work to being the woman and feeling beautiful when you look in the mirror, whatever that looks like to you. Like I know a lot of women, like I know I'm way too lean for a lot of people. And so again, I'm just saying that what is beautiful to you is going to be unique to you. It doesn't have to look like beautiful or fit or whatever to anybody else. You stay in your own lane, but ask yourself what makes you feel good. What do you think is beautiful? And okay, last but not least is, love this one. This one changed my life. Be so in love with yourself, so in love with your life that this man would just be the cherry on top. He would just be a bonus addition. But without him, you are totally good. Totally good. Because you have already created an amazing life all by yourself. All by yourself. If you're not in love with your life, you are going to be so desperate to have a man fill that void. And that they feel that it's a needy, anxious energy, and that repels men. But when they feel you have a life of your own, you don't need them. You're literally here because you know that they would be a bonus addition, but you do not need them. And you're here doing them a service. That energy is going to make them fall absolutely head over heels for you. I'm telling you right now. Okay. So how do you do this? How do you be so in love with your life and yourself? I'm going to give you some general things that, you have to obviously break down into smaller steps. So ultimately, this is what you're going to have to do to be so in love with your life. Is number one, you need to find a job that you love, because that is where you're going to spend majority of your time. So if you're in a job that you hate, it is going to suck the life out of you if it hasn't already. So if you're in a job that you don't love, that does not pour positive energy back into you, what are the steps that you need to take to switch jobs and find one that you love? Okay. So you need to find a job that you love. And that may take some time, may take years of trying out different things, but hey, you got one life. Do what you love. And if you don't know what that is now, explore. Do not be afraid to explore that. Number two, find friends that you love. So if your friends right now you don't absolutely adore, they're just there out of convenience, I recommend there's meetup.com, or doing Facebook groups with people in your area that share the same interests as you. But go out, meet people, join online groups where they meet up, and start networking and connecting with other people so that you can build and find friendships with people who you absolutely love, you absolutely adore, you love spending time with, who pour so much positive energy into your cup. When you have such beautiful and solid friendships and you really feel that positive energy and love from them, you will not feel that desperation and that neediness to find a man. But if you have nobody in your life, or you don't really like your friends, yeah, you're really going to feel desperate to find a man who makes you feel some type of way about yourself. But if you can fill that cup with friendships or even family members that you actually like, that's the key, you actually like these family members, it's going to be so much easier to see the man as just a bonus addition rather than an absolute must and need in your life. Number three is finding hobbies that you love. For me, you guys already know, if you watch my other videos, it's heels dancing. I can't even tell you like how grateful I am for those classes, because they have just brought so much joy to my life that I didn't even know was possible. But find hobbies that you love. And if you don't have a hobby that you love right now, or you don't know what you might like, again, a lot of this is being open to explore and try new and different things, and not being scared to venture outside of your comfort zone, or be scared to venture outside of your comfort zone, but do it anyways. Feel the fear and do it anyways. Okay. Read books that you love, that bring you joy, shows, movies that bring you love, that bring you joy. And here's the thing that I will highly recommend is just making sure that what you read and watch, they really are things that bring positivity into your life. They don't make you feel insecure, negative, question. They fill your mind and they fill your life with positivity. That is the key. All right. Even if it is a sad movie, that sad movie can be so moving and help you connect with your emotions in a way that actually fill up your cup, right? So it doesn't have to be like all positive and joy, but it has to be something that does actually give you energy rather than make you feel insecure or anxious or in your head. So just be very careful about the things that you read and watch. Your home. Decorate your home in a way that when you walk in the door, you just light up because you love the way you've decorated your home and it feels like your sanctuary and it's an expression of you and who you are and you absolutely love it. So curate your space and decorate your home in a way that really brings you joy and lifts you up. Any free time that you have, any free time that you have, minimize scrolling, fill it with things that pour into you, whether that is learning something new or or I'm trying to think, I don't know why the sentence is not coming to me, but that pour into you, you are learning a new skill, creating a new habit that actually brings you closer to your life goals and the life that you want to create. So that's probably one of the biggest things I'd recommend, especially in today's society, is limit scrolling and fill that empty space with things that actually bring value and positivity to your life. All of this will create such a joyful and loving and positive magnetic energy within you because everything in your life that you've chosen to say yes to is pouring positive energy into you. Like me filming these videos, this gives me life. This is me working, but like doing this and teaching gives me life. And so after this video, I'm going to feel so full and filled with joy and positivity, which then if I go on a date, the guy can feel. And that is such a magnetic energy. And that's why it's so important to make sure that you do what you love and explore career options if you're in a line of work right now that you don't love. But all of this creates such a magnetic energy within you that will make him fall absolutely head over heels for you. I am telling you right now, guaranteed. Okay. He will also love that he is not the center of your world because that is way, way too much pressure that a man does not want on him. Okay. A lot of men think that they want to be the center of your world. Okay. They may even feel like jealous or sad that you have other things going on. But I'm telling you right now, even though they think they want that, they really don't. Okay. They love when you have so many other things going on. It really makes him admire and respect you because you're a woman who has so much joy pouring into her. And again, that positive energy you can now bring to your dates or your relationships. So I hope that you found this video incredibly helpful. All of these things I've done and used whenever I teach, there are things that I always make sure that I have experienced and implemented in my own life to see the results. And I'm telling you right now, like all of this works. It works. Okay. So I hope you found this video helpful. I'm a little tired. So if my eyes are like extra squinty, that's why. But I still had so much fun teaching. This is my passion. This is my joy. I just want to thank you for sharing your time and energy with me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.